Well, hey everybody, John Ripplin here, and this is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup Night 4 event. Quite fun, especially that main event. In fact, the main event's pretty much the reason I'm giving this a thumbs up. A big thank you as always, Jen, for sending me that little C-Block trophy. I really do appreciate it, as I appreciate everybody for watching the New Japan reviews and any content on the channel. There is a poll somewhere above my head. Please let me know there with a grade and in the comments below what you guys think of the first round, as we are done with the first round as of the end of Night 4. And I gotta say, besides maybe a couple matches that were not bad, but just kind of there, this actually was a pretty damn good, well, rounded and pretty loaded first round, set of matches. There were a couple potential match of the year candidates, or at least match of the tournament candidates: Nagata, Ishii, and Naito, and Bushi. And I do want to apologize for the lateness of this review. I do have to work early on Mondays, and unfortunately I was very busy afterwards. So I'm just getting to this now. That's why this review is going up a little bit later. But anyway, let's get on with this, with Kevin Kelly and Rocky Romero on commentary. And we start off with 5 undercard matches to hype up the various second round matches that are already well established. Chase Owens, Hikuleo, Bad Luck Fale, and Taiji Ishimori representing Bullet Club versus Yoshihashi, Juice Robinson, Michael Elgin, and Yuya Uemura. And this was mainly to hype Chase and Yoshihashi, who are going to be facing off in the second round, which I really thought it was going to be Juice, but you know what? Credit to Chase. Hey, maybe Chase is going to win. I kind of hope Yoshihashi wins, quite frankly, but we'll see what happens. Action outside, of course. You get Bullet Club. You're going to get the action outside. Yoshi does get beat up a bit. Elgin got tagged. He and Juice, kind of went nuts, double teaming a lot of people. Yuya got tagged. He did pretty well, but in the end, Ishimori did use the label lock, crossface, and got the tap out. Still not a bad match. Afterwards, Yoshihashi got beat up a bit. Maybe because they did it this way, wrestling logic tends to dictate that maybe since the heel got the advantage before this, that we are going to see Yoshihashi get the victory, which would be nice. I'd like to see Yoshihashi actually at least get into the final 8, to kind of maybe get him established again after he's taken so many losses in, so many big matches before. So who knows what will happen. Still not a bad opening 8-man tag. And then we get another 8-man tag. Nakanishi, Nagata, Tenzan, and Narita versus All of LIJ minus Sanada, since he is in the main event tonight. So that's Naito, Evil, Shingo, and Bushi. It was a fun match. I mean, I think it was pretty obvious who was going to take the goddamn pin here. I mean, come on, who else? Tenzan? No, Narita. That's who took the pin. Nakanishi did start off LIJ with some great double teaming and everything, though Nakanishi did show off his power. Naito taking over. Some, pretty good exchanges here. Nagata got in. He tangles with Shingo. That's a match I wouldn't mind seeing, since Shingo's really just on the cusp of being a heavyweight. I mean, he's got the power of a heavyweight and the speed of a junior heavyweight. Narita got tagged. He does well until he's ganged up upon, and then, well, Boston Crab from Bushi, that taps him out. So, of course, Narita taking the fall, as he should, but still not that bad of a match. Pretty good stuff, in LIJ gain a victory. And then we get Sabre Jr. and Taka versus Bushi and Honma. Sabre Jr. and Ibushi in the second round. Yes, that is going to be some good stuff. I think it's going to be a pretty damn enjoyable match. As for this tag match, Honma got beat up a bit. Ibushi making it look goddamn easy. Sabre Jr. gaining some good spots. Ibushi did have some exchanges with Taka, and in the end, the Kamigoye pins Taka for the 1, 2, 3, or the Kamigoye hit and then the pin. It'd be weird if a knee somehow just, got the pin there, but still, this was a pretty good match. In filler, Taka seems to be taking the pin a whole lot on this tour, but that's kind of what he's there for. Because he's still a really good worker, but him taking the pin, he's still, great anyway. He can take these losses. That's kind of what he's there for, is put people over. And then we get Lance Archer and Taichi versus Will Osprey and Tomohiro Ishii. Certainly not bad. There were some great power spots with, Archer just choke slamming Osprey to hell. I mean, my God, just the stuff that he hit. Ishii gained some good stuff. Ishii and Taichi, of course, were outside at one point. But in the end, you did have a crucifix pin that ended up pinning Archer, so Osprey pinning Archer. So you kind of wonder if Archer's going to advance. Though if Archer advances, that means even if he doesn't win the tournament, he could get a never openweight title shot if he pins Osprey in the next match, in the second round. But we'll see what happens. That still was pretty cool. And then Suzuki-gun, members got their heat back by beating up Ishii and, Osprey afterwards. So, certainly not a bad match. And then we finish up with another 6-man tag, and this is to finish up the undercard portion, where it's Taguchi, Inari, and Mikey Nichols, aka from TM61, the Mighty. In case you're not, too sure about, who Mikey Nichols is, look him up. He's really goddamn good. He was good before he went to WWE. But anyway, versus Okada, Tanahashi, and Shota Umino, and I think it's pretty obvious who's taking the pin. Tana, clearly, no, come on. I mean, I will say the Shota Umino Tanahashi match was absolutely brilliant. I did do a review of night 3, and I really did enjoy that one. That was actually probably one of the breakout matches of the tournament, especially for Shota. That shows just how much faith they have in him. Tana gave him a lot, and Shota took it all, and that was good stuff. Anyway, back to this match. Taguchi and Tana with a little bit of comedy where, Tana and Taguchi keep missing each other, and then Tana just ends up sending, Taguchi into the ropes and everything, just rounding him through the ropes, and then Taguchi gets tired and that kind of stuff. That was pretty funny. We get Inari doing some pretty good stuff. We get Shota doing well, but he gets beat up, after a bit. Okada in. Him and Mikey battle since they're going to be facing off in the tournament later. And Tana and, Taguchi will be facing off. Which, okay, that's going to be interesting. Shota gets back in, but a Mikey bomb, Blue Thunder bomb essentially, or a variation, pins Shota for the 1-2-3. So yeah, we get to see what's going to happen. It's going to be Okada and Tanahashi advancing out of that. It's pretty goddamn obvious. I mean, they're not in the same tournament bracket, but still, they're going to advance. I cannot imagine a scenario where Mikey Nichols is going to beat Okada. Taguchi beating Tana, no, I just don't see it. And then we get another El Phantasmo video package. He's coming to Bullet Club. And then we get the New Japan Cup matches, Yano and Davey Boy Smith Jr. The weakest match of them, but still it was funny. Yano basically, playing keep away, trying to keep away from Davey Boy Smith Jr., frustrating him. Davey Boy Smith Jr. does catch up with him. Beating him up a little bit. Beating him up outside. And then there was some comedy of Yano trying roll-up variations, and eventually does get a roll-up on Davey Boy Smith Jr. for the 1-2-3, so Yano advances. And yeah, he outsmarts, Davey Boy again, as he did last year. And that was kind of funny. That was kind of funny, but it was enjoyable. It wasn't anything great, but it was enjoyable. And then we get Colt Cabana versus Togi Makabe. And the question was, okay, who could win here? If Makabe advances, he faces one of his never openweight 6-man tag partners. Essentially the champions. But if Colt advances, then that means that uneasy alliance, that unlikely alliance between Yano and Colt could be tested. Well, there was some good mat wrestling, some comedy. Colt can do that pretty well. And Colt is a really good worker. Like, when he wants to just focus strictly on working, he can do both, like comedy and wrestling, but he is really damn good. I saw the guy live. He really is good. I mean, I saw him last year, the first indie show I went to in Washington. Really good stuff. But anyway, Makabe with some really, really good power, just coming back, doing his usual spots. Colt did miss a moonsault, but after Makabe, soon after, missed a King Kong knee drop, Colt went for the Superman pin, the diving pin where he kind of traps the leg, falls flat and traps the legs, 1, 2, 3. He pins Makabe, so he's going to face Yano. Now, I had Yano beating Colt Cabana, but I got to say this, if Colt manages to win, that would be something else. Now, I think Yano's probably going to end up winning, since Colt's with Ring of Honor, but still, that was some pretty good stuff. And then we get Suzuki versus Kijima, and my God, this was just great. Maybe not so much for Kojima, considering how much he got chopped and chopped and chopped and hit. And not that Kojima was any slouch when it came to chopping. He chops the hell out of Suzuki, and that was some good stuff. Just this one, they went outside early in the match or whatever, and Suzuki's throwing barricades and throwing Kojima through chairs, and hits Kojima with this one chair shot. It sounded like it sounded like, something caving in. I don't know if it was Kojima's skull or what it was, but that chair shot to the head, goddamn brutal. I mean, and if you watch the match, if you saw the match and you're watching the review, you know which one I'm talking about. It was fucking brutal. Credit to Kojima for coming back. Still good stuff. Some great weapon usage outside and then back in. All the chops, all the strikes. hard, just hard, like, strikes overall. The amazing amount of punishment these guys took and kept going. Really great stuff. Really can't put this over enough. Some good near falls, but in the end, Gotch pile driver ends up pinning Kojima 1, 2, 3, and Suzuki advances. Kojima had a really goddamn good showing, though. It was pretty obvious Suzuki was going to win. They got me a couple times where I'm like, maybe Kojima will pull the upset. But I think not Kojima, I think Suzuki's at least going to get to the final 8. He might even get to the final 4. Who knows? It'd be interesting if Suzuki won the New Japan Cup at this point, since he's never won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, has he? I don't believe he has. I believe that's what commentary said. And that would certainly be interesting, him winning it in MSG. I don't think that would happen, but it would certainly be cool. But Suzuki advancing here, I think he's got 2 more wins in him, and then we'll see what happens. But then we get Sanada and Goto in a terrific match. Really good stuff. Very evenly matched. Goto being one of the best competitors in the New Japan Cup's history. Going up against Sanada, who's, been around the block a bit as far as, like how many good matches he's had. But Goto obviously more experienced. And the question was, could Sanada's speed and just his youth, not that Goto's old, but could he outlast Goto, or would Goto's experience take over? Well, in the end, Sanada won, but still, it was good stuff with Sanada having some great speed. Goto showing off his power. There were some really, really good near falls. Goto got trapped in the skull end, but managed to, get out of it, got to the ropes. Hit a reverse GTR, where he slams the guy's face into his knee, and then, tries for the GTR where he takes, reverse DDT and slams the guy's head and neck into his knee. That didn't end up, he wasn't able to hit the GTR. And after some, teases with the skull end, stuff like that, finally, Sanada gets the skull end on again, knocks Goto out essentially, but then does the mood assault. 1, 2, 3. Sanada advances. Very good match. I don't know if this would be on, if this would be on my matches of the year list, but this was still really, really good. This was just above Night 2, which I felt Night 2 was the weakest one, even though Night 2 had some good stuff. So I'm going to say B for this. I gave a B- to Night 2. Not as good as Night 3, and I don't believe as good as Night 1, but still, Night 4 was quite good. We are done with the first round, and again, pull above my head. Please let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. And also, I do want to say I will try to review as many of these live as possible. Though Thursday the 14th, I will likely have to miss live tweeting that one due to the fact that I have to open that day instead of close. So I will try to have that review up, sometime in the afternoon. Anyway, I will see you soon.